Voices
Your thoughts
Media,
count, your opinions important, so you gotta speak out. Don't let your chance to be heard pass by. Spell out, let me hear you loud, crowd. Shout it out, real loud. Everybody wake up, shout it out, real loud. Everybody wake up, wake up. No time for sleeping on the issues. This is Neutral Voices, we gon' deal with the issues.
Welcome to Neutral Voices. I'm Dr. V, and this is In Depth, where we dig deep in the trenches of what matters. And tonight we're going to be talking about something that really matters, and it's your language. The power in words.
Yes.
Now, what words are you using that you know you should not be using? Right?
Right.
I mean, come on. Would we say non-Christians, Christians?
Right.
What they call them, the saints
The
and the ain'ts.
The
Oh, you know
ain'ts.
about that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thank you for joining us and hang out with us. Maybe comment and join us in this conversation. Let's see what words you would cancel if you had the opportunity. My word is not necessarily a cuss word, but right about now, even myself, I use it. I would have to cancel bruh.
Somebody hit me with that.
I am
today
so
in the
tired of
text.
everybody saying bruh,
Yeah.
even at the restaurant, come on now. And they calling ladies bruh. We're going to have to do something.
Somebody hit me with that in the text.
Did somebody get you?
Yes.
They texting it, they saying it.
I use it all the time.
Did you use it before it became popular or just bruh or bro?
Bro.
Bro.
Yeah, big
Well,
bro.
everybody's using bruh, even the little kids.
Yeah.
I heard some little kids talking to their parents, calling mama, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh, please let me get this. And I'm thinking, okay, we got to cancel that.
Yeah.
Where's the cancel culture? Tonight, we are going to talk about, listen, there's some words out here. We got to stop saying them. I say biatch tonight because I need to say this word so that we can all be on the same page. There's too many B words.
Right.
So we got to keep it straight up so you know what we're talking about.
Right.
And then the other word, I'm going to just call it ninja
Right.
for sake
For the sake of censorship.
for sake of, just because it's just one of those words.
Right.
Or AKA the N word, right? So everybody now, when you say the N word, there's only one N word in the whole world, right?
Right. That everybody know.
It does not negative. That's not the word. So for sake of, I'm just going to go with ninja.
All right. I got you.
But if you are offended, let us apologize and warn you right now that you may hear a little bit of profanity in the case of some of these people here can't control themselves. And it just might slip out. Heads up.
I'm not going to say it's for profanity, and I like how you stated that. I think that sometimes you got to take the rawness of conversations and have those conversations because people need to understand what is the real of the real.
Wait, the real of the real. What
Yeah.
you talking about? When you communicate, you can't get the real of the real without.
Well, yes, but sometimes when you beat around the bush, you kind of water down the point that you're trying to get in the conversation. I respect how you say it, but and as you said, we're not saying these words to be profane. We're saying these words to illustrate points. We're making points behind using these words. And it's not that we're just sitting up here having fun using these words, because one of the words I don't use. We're just trying to educate and use these words. And if we can, and mine is not about the words.
And teach
mine
people how to pronounce the words correctly.
But no, mine is not about the words. It's about what comes with that thought, that comes with that word. So that's what
the
my
emotions
my
attached
point
to
is.
the word.
The emotions, the personas, and all of that. The behavior. That is all that I want to discuss and talk about.
And and that's good because one of my favorite actors, some people maybe like already know, one of my favorite actors, he is the man, and he was in Training Day,
right?
And he said, "My nigga," and everybody was saying "my nigga," right? Yeah. And I'm just saying that is one of the words that people that love each other say. It's like a term of endearment almost. So when somebody feels, what's up, my nigga?
Yes.
Right?
It could be, yes.
Yeah, I mean, some people use that, but then other people, and then let's just get some of the, we want to educate. So some of the ways that people pronounce it. So sometimes you hear people and, they using it in fun, and they may put almost like a K in it.
Yeah.
Nickel. Right?
Yeah.
So, they having fun, but they loving on each other.
Right.
Family saying this to one another. So, you said this is a word you don't use.
No, that's not the word I don't use.
Oh, what you use? Oh, do you use? Okay, well, let's talk about it real quick. So you do use the N word.
Yeah, I have, and I've used it, like
quite
you said,
frequently.
Not frequently. And I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say no, I've never used that word, or no, I don't use that word. But and sometimes in the instance, like you say, sometimes it's a reciprocal to conversations, how people introduce you. Sometimes it's to be fun, So yeah, but I'm not saying the whole word. And again, mine is not about the word. And I understand that you're saying about the loving, but as we get into it, I want to bring some other things that come.
We are in it, okay. Just so you know. Right. We are in it. And Thank you for joining us. If you just tuned in, we are talking about the power in words. Right.
And I want everybody to understand as we get into this conversation, and you can look at the world today, when the word nigga is used, it's not just black people. It's not just black people. It's a common vernacular in every other culture right now. I told this story. I was coming out of my office building, and there were 2 or 3 Burmese young men. And I could say they were saying it as the term of endearment, but you heard them, what up, my nigga, what up? And you looking at them. I mean, you can see.
Did you think they were talking to you?
No, I knew who they were talking to. I'm just saying that to say that a lot of times when people hear the N word, automatically they turn around. Well, why are you turning around to something you do not identify as? Yeah. So I just want to make sure they were not talking to you. They were talking to each other. Yeah, and I've heard white people refer to young white people.
Now that's what's shocking.
Each other as that. You see Hispanic people, refer to people as that. Even some Arabic or Middle Eastern, however they use it.
Wow.
So yes, I mean, it's not just we're talking about black people, but and my concern is when we use it, we don't get ostracized. Like we get ostracized more than those other communities that use it. Those other communities, it's not a bad label to them, in other people's eyes. But when we use it, it's brought like all the negative, but also with the negative, as I said, these 3 Burmese young men, 3 or 4 Burmese young men, they carried the negative connotation with it. I mean, when you think of that word, anybody look at it, they're gonna tell you there's a dress, they had on, the sagging clothes. I mean, it's just a persona.
So Claire, you said that there's a certain dress that go with this,
or a persona, or an image that people think is related to this word. I see
where you're going, and I do understand that, but I mean, the dress code is one thing, but the behavior
is it all goes in.
But what about when you just saying it? Because I see guys walk up to each other, you give yourself that 50 slap dap, and elbow and kick it, but it's all in love. And so what do you think? What's up, my bitch?
Yeah. Well, see, we as a culture, we'll take something that's negative and turn it into a positive.
That spin.
We put that spin on it. And people don't understand we put that spin on it because the simple fact, we so used to taking things what people throw at us in life or just situations and trying to spin it to something positive to make a better outlook at it.
Okay, that's lemon turning into lemonade over here.
And it's a good thing in majority of the cases, but in this case, in several other cases, it's very bad because some fact now they see you, I'm black, you a nigga. Guess what? Hey, I'm a thug. I'm a gangbanger. I sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I get.
You said when they say.
Yeah, when they look at me and they say that's a nigga, this is what they're calling me.
Okay.
This is how they put me in that. They don't know that I work. They don't know that I do a lot of things. They don't see that part, but they see they got that nigga.
based on what they think a nigga is.
Exactly.
So, but do we have a definition of the word?
Yeah, we had a definition.
And then,
of it.
so, and I was talking about the way you pronounce it or you say it, and I was, giving the funny part or when people put the K on it, etc. But there's a difference when you put the R on it, and I'm gonna say the hard R. Then we got a problem, right? And so some people, that's the way they look at it. They don't want to hear you talking about the color, right? Because there's a color. You see stuff and they have the color. Be like, no, we don't. No, you have to be careful. And so then are we going to do the definition for the GA?
I got the GA and the ER.
Okay, well, educating, we're going to give you both
thing,
of them.
they give you a vague definition. It says the term is used to refer or to address a black person.
See, now that's in somebody's dictionary.
Which one is that? The ER or the GA?
That's the GA.
Okay.
GA.
Yeah, that's the GA.
And you just said that all these other cultures that
Correct.
use the word, and I have heard other cultures, not the white people, but I've heard other cultures use the word too. But you see with the dictionary,
Yes.
Okay, come on. You got the
nigger is one of the most controversial, comprehended words in the English. They don't have a whole definition of it
because they can't.
They don't want to write it.
Yeah, they don't have a whole definition.
AKA the N word is probably we don't even want to spell it.
I mean, it says the terms for a black or a dark skinned person.
Yeah, but I want to say something before we get to this comment. And you spoke on it, Doc V, and that led into what I said earlier, because the GA or the ER in certain eyes, it does not matter. We are that, and when we take that on, that's what we become. In certain eyes, we are that no matter what. GA or ER, it's
or
the same
RO.
thing. Yeah. It's the same.
Some people are a little bit more comfortable with the RO.
Yeah. So
now, Clarence, I think you're a little bit more comfortable with the.
Well,
can we be transparent?
Can I be transparent?
For a moment?
Yes, and again, but that's why I want to say I'm not ostracizing the word. I'm more on a behavior, because I can say it to people that's around me, but the behavior does not come. Right. My thing is with the behavior that comes with it in certain instances, like I'm not saying 100% of the people that use the word. I'm just saying now when you see a lot of the behaviors that people associate with the words, it becomes problematic.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you have the freedom to speak whatever, but careful how you label yourself. Because you said power in words, because that's why it's in it. If you keep putting it on you, sooner or later it's going to get in you.
Okay. Yeah. So I like how you clear that up. I kept wanting to say power of words. That's the thing. But specifically the power in words, because I like that you just explained that. Did y'all hear? Let's see stats. Let's give it up.
I know a little bit.
Okay,
hold on. We got a comment, and this is from Krista Brown. Can you read that, Mr. Vanna, or do I have to read?
Let me see.
Even hearing guys each other, the N word is a piercing pain. Slang to me. Don't like to hear the word.
She don't like to hear it, and a lot of people feel the same way. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and again, a lot of people don't like to hear it.
Well, see, one of the things we have to learn as a community, period, we got to learn how to speak life into people.
Okay, that's it. We definitely gonna hit the life, and I love it. So speaking the life. So when you go up to your friends, and I'm just asking this question, especially for young men, maybe they need to see this, in action. But they see these old heads out here,
right?
And you saying, "My nigga." Yeah. I mean, this is what you dapping up.
I mean, not all.
And not all. I was gonna say not all. But so, you walking up to your guy? You saying what? Give him something else to say.
What you mean? Just say, "What's up, bro?"
What's up?
I mean,
bruh?
you want to speak life. So I don't walk up to him and say, "What up, my nigga?" I don't even like using that word because
you don't want nobody send it to you.
Yeah, because A, I'm not a nigga.
Okay.
B, I'm a grown ass man.
Okay.
So we gonna talk in grown talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Clarence? You walking up to your people, your roadie, A Spoon Coon?
My thing is I always address people by their name. That has always been my thing.
Okay.
And I walk up to you and the name that I know you by. You know, I'll address you how I know you. If you know, you say call me this, 9 times out of 10 I'm not going to call you this, but normally I will address you by your name.
Yes.
You know, anybody, I call you by your name unless you know it's otherwise it's comfortable. You know, there's some people that I grew up with them. That's the only name I ever knew them by. So yes, I call them by that name. But
yes.
yeah, most people I address them by their name.
Much appreciated. So I did a small little short survey asking a few people out today, and I wanted to know how people felt about the N word, as far as someone calling them the N word, and or even in terms of endearment as far as family, etc. And it was like, I hate when people do that. I hate when I'm around people when they do that. I hate hearing it. And there's one guy was like, oh, that's a no. That's a quick never. And I'm like, even from your bestie, your best guy, you walk up, that's what no, people that know me, he said, don't even ever come to me like that.
Right.
So I said, now, that's a good point, because I don't have any people walking up to me saying, where we about to go next, our next word. I do not have any people walking up to me saying, what's up, B.I. Okay, can I say biatch? Yeah. Just because I don't want to come with,
right.
Crazy. I don't have people around me walking up to me saying that. And I don't know what people say behind my back. That's between them and God. But I'm talking about just being in a room. I don't really want to be addressed like that.
Right.
So, but I have to keep it real. If, honestly, because that's what people do in family together, and all the ladies having a hen party, my cousins out there, they be doing their thing. And I may be like, and I'm doing that as part of my comedy skit. And they know I got a few skits that I can pull off. But on a norm, first of all, I'm not using profanity.
Right.
Just to be using profanity. And if you done smashed my baby toe, got to be more careful. I'm just saying something, and that's different. But just to be using profanity, that is not my style. Right. So Dee, speak to me. We have a new person with us
Miss
tonight, and I do want to give her a quick little opportunity to say hello and greet you in the name of love, Miss D.
Good evening. I am Devana, Miss D. I am new to the team, been here a couple weeks, excited to be a part of the family, just ready to be a part of the team and learn all the things.
All right. Awesome.
Welcome.
I want you to, speak.
So I do have to speak. I tell people there are 2 names you will not address me by, nigga and bitch.
Okay.
I don't care who you are. There are a million words in this world you can call me. Don't call me those 2, because then we have a problem. Because it's not okay with me. One time, one of my sisters, bitch. No, ma'am. Let's stop the bus right here. Don't do that to me.
Okay.
Don't call me that. That's unacceptable. My children, because I guess that's the culture these days. They are biracial. But my son, he is so comfortable calling everybody nigga. I said, whoa, we don't do that here.
Okay.
We don't do that here. Now, you weren't raised that way, and you get out here with your friends, and you're an adult, so too bad you didn't remember how you were raised. But don't come to my house saying that.
Okay.
I prefer you not to, but you're a grown man. But it has never been. It's not okay. Neither one of those words, bitch, have never been okay.
And then I like how you address not in my house, not here. And so, like you said, you don't know what's going on, what young people are saying, what anybody's saying when they're not home, right? So with that, let's get into the music, radio, TV, because this has been around for a long time. So there's some history connected to bad words, and it goes all the way back to the ancient times. And then it comes up into, I want to say this real quick, the Middle Ages. I never even thought about this. Profanity was linked to the social status or morality. And then in the 18th and 19th century, authors, Charles Dickens to name one. He was using it to highlight certain people's issues and social issues going on in the world. And then in the 20th century, radio, TV, and it's all about rebellion, self-expression. So while you're thinking about your favorite rap artists, just know they don't mean any harm, right? It's just about self-expression and trying to show that tough side, a little bit of rebellion to get them sales, because sometimes they feel like that's what's selling. So let's talk about that, because you said not in my house. Where you think he's getting it from? Because you said you weren't raised like that. Where you getting this from? Yeah. Who you hanging with? They probably rolling down the street, smoking in, dipping on shit. I'm just saying,
right. I want to go back, and we want to blame everything like on present day, but this you said this has been a historical thing, and E said we take negative things and we try to make it good, but when we commercialize certain things, we take the most stereotypical or negative things to be able to exemplify that character or those words. We can change nigga with pimp. Remember, in the 70s, remember in the 70s, all these pimp movies came out, and it was everything to be a pimp. They glorified the pimp or a gangster. The Mac, my favorite movie. But what I'm saying is, in all those stereotypes, all of those things, and people was like, it was just so negative to the community, and it was, and it still is. But we exploited that. We made money. We made it commercial, like the white nigga. We made it commercial in like the raps and things like that. So yes, everybody began to be more comfortable, more desensitized to it, and be able to use those words. And again, it's not the word to me. I want to talk about, and I know we're going to get there. I want to talk about the behaviors that comes along with those. When pimps was in the movies, we all wanted Cadillacs, we all wanted the fly suits, we all wanted, that's how you had to come if you wanted to be a pimp. You had to have your hair permed, all of that, because that's what they presented to us. Okay. And you talk about music, and you rolling down the street, and that's how they present it to us. When you hear or you see an image of what somebody's saying, that they're a real nigga, a true nigga, whatever nigga they are, be real. Look at the image. It's the dress. It's the behavior. Okay. It's talking about you fighting, you shooting, you killing, you destroying, or it's a whole persona. And I think
because it's real. Don't you agree? I mean, the facts are that words can be the source of evil. I period. Do. Deception.
Right. Yes.
So I mean, but we're listening to some of these songs, right? We listen to these songs that have some of these words in them, or worse. But why? If we, and especially those of us who say we're other than, not necessarily better than, but we're other than. Maybe not a Christian, but I just don't live like that. I don't do that. But then you hear some of the music that people listen to. It's like, wow, I would have never thought I would be hearing you play that song.
Yeah.
But, because it's from the Beehive collection, you figure I'm a Beyonce fan, so this just comes with the package.
Right.
No, you don't get to listen to this song.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's certain things we make excuses. Come on, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. I'm calling myself out. There's certain songs. Beyonce, I love you. I'm playing your songs and I'm listening to this and I'm like, ooh, I cannot be listening to this on Sunday. Turn that off. So, but I'm saying, to go back to what Dee said, you're raising the kids up to be a certain way. But then when they hanging with their friends, if their mom is not monitoring what they're listening to in their music, then this is what happens. So he's at home now, it slips out. Mm-hmm. And now this is what you're living. How did that slip out? Mm-hmm. Because that's what you bumping and you listen to it, and that's your song.
Yeah. He's too comfortable with it.
It's too comfortable.
And again, and you restated something that I said, with the in versus on. When you put it on, sooner or later it gets in you. Like, and you say you come. you don't have to succumb to a lot of things. You don't succumb to a lot of things and most of us don't. But in a world right now, when they're dumbing down everything, putting everything on the screen, they're taking and they're trying to minimize the thought and the free thought of people, and they're trying to minimize it, and they inundate people with these, and they tell you this is what you're going to be like. And I said this earlier: if you tell a child they're stupid all day, every day,
You'll never be anything.
You
You're
never
stupid.
be anything. You're stupid.
Yeah.
You this, you that,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. You put that in them, and then what behaviors come out of them?
Mm-hmm.
They stupid. The stupid behavior, the dumb behavior. You know, so
Or what about I want you to talk. I don't know if you was going to talk on that, but I just want to say, what about when your president is saying crazy stuff in front of the whole world?
There's no words for that dude. He's just stupid.
Okay.
Period. I mean, that's not even.
But
He said, "Worth
ain't worth my
last
time.
5 minutes."
yeah, and again, and I want to, because I don't want to minimize, because we were talking about two words. You know, the bitch. I don't use that word. I don't use that
That's
word.
what I was going to.
Well, I mean, it's more than just
emotion.
bitches and niggas. It's a bunch of words out here
yes.
that we adopt and sit back and like, okay, this is what I am. This is who this is who I'm gonna be. But I mean, as far as it, you speaking it and walking in it, that's crazy. Instead of speaking and walking into something that's positive. We so busy spinning negative things instead of spinning a positive thing to a positive situation. Screw calling myself a nigga or a female calling herself a bitch. Man, I mean, they walk around calling themselves boss bitches. Do you know what a bitch is? I mean, let's be realistic about it.
That's
a bitch is a female dog, a wolf, a otter, or a wolf, a otter, and a female dog. Those are bitches. If that's what you think you are, really, you disgracing yourself, and then want to have the nerves to put boss in front of it.
The boss dog.
And
Exactly.
And I think I said this earlier, but also just like any other word that you take a negative, when somebody you try to spin it a positive, other people
don't look at it.
They don't look at it. They look at it as you say it, as it is, as it's presented, and they start to treat you that way. You know. And with women that label themselves, especially black women that call themselves that, you are already labeled the angry black woman.
So
you know, the aggressive.
Don't need to be calling yourself that.
Because you're giving them what they already thought you were.
And you know what? Let me take it into scripture real quick. So words can lead to conflict and destruction. This is Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stirs anger. If you know some of the words that you could use could cause anger, why would we be using these words? Now watch this. What about when you growing up in a house and mom and dad, that's all the kids hear? You know, we didn't want to talk about that because we don't have time. That's a whole nother. No, we don't have time. But I'm saying it's just true. They're in the other room, and it's just profanity. And so, I mean, obviously, hey, some of my students would say cuss words. Did you just say that? Oh, Miss V, I'm sorry. This ain't a cuss word in my house. You know, so I'm saying I'm not surprised now, because some parents, this is what they do. So when you hear kids, it is what it is. So there's negative and there's a positive. And at one point I heard you say, what'd you say? Let's breathe life. Or, you know, so the positive side. So yes, there are some positives. So also, and we talk about the Bible, it talks about your mouth. Why do you have a mouth? Why do you think you have a mouth?
The truth.
Okay. Why do you think, give me your perspective. Why do you have a mouth? He said to speak truth.
You have a mouth to speak so people can hear you first and foremost, but in other words, speak life.
There you go. It says the power of life and death is in the tongue. Yes. So you also have a mouth. D, what would you say?
A mouth to eat tacos.
There you go.
But I agree, to speak life into yourself, into people. when you have to give yourself a pep talk.
Oh yeah, encourage yourself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Encourage yourself while you're eating the tacos. I'm just saying, it's all right. It's gonna be all right. And yes, and you have a mouth to praise God. And so when you were saying to breathe life, etc., that's one of the things that we need to talk about. Are parents saying or speaking life or building up their spouses, their family members, or are the children hearing the negative constantly coming out, and you just spewing this out, and you just everything almost come out of your mouth about this person is negative or whatever. If he's a no good, some of them, you know how Bernie Mac used to say. I'm just saying, what are you speaking? And are you speaking destruction, doom and gloom, or are you speaking life? And so we can go on because there's so many other areas. But at the end of the day, we do need to know this part from the Bible. You remember this. It is the words that defile the person, right?
Mm-hmm. That's not what goes in them, man.
Not
it's what comes out that defiles.
Exactly. Not what you are eating, but the words you are speaking. So put a little honey on your tongue so that you can have some sweet words to fall out. I heard somebody tell a person one day, a lady, he told her because she was cussing up a storm in public, in a store. And he said, ma'am, excuse me, but you're too beautiful to let those nasty words fall out of your mouth. And I thought, isn't that something? Be careful. If you are and you feel beautiful, then the words you speak should be beautiful. This is Neutral Voices in Depth, and we want to thank you for hanging with us. But before we leave you, we want to remind you to what, E?
Always protect your mind.
A podcast by Neutral Voices Media.
Your opinion's important, so you gotta speak out. Don't let your chance to be heard pass by. Spell out, let me hear you loud, proud. Shout it out real loud. Everybody wake up. Shout it out real loud. Everybody wake up. Wake up. No time for sleeping on the issues. This is Neutral Voices. We gon' deal with the issues.